What's up, speeders? Sonic023 here, and today we'll be reviewing the Sonic X DC Flash Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I've been trying to find this figure for so long, and well, guess what? I finally found it. And well, first impressions, oh my god, it's fucking beautiful, man. Alright, so let's stop yapping and let's go ahead and look at this figure's boxing, shall we? So, the first thing we see here is, well, obviously the action figure inside of the box. And as you can see, Sonic is looking fresh, man. And wow, he looks great. Down here you can see the letters Sonic and the Flash with the Flash logo over here. Which just makes sense that Sonic is Flash because, like, come on. Flash is a speedster, Sonic is a speedster. It only makes sense. You can see our beautiful blue blur. Well, he's red now, but you can see the beautiful blue blur wearing the Flash costume and the Flash himself. And you can see the usual Sonic X DC design over here, the logos. And you can also see this yellow background thingamabobber, I'm not sure. Looking back here, you can also see some pictures and artwork of Sonic the Hedgehog right here, posed up in some weird running pose, and the Flash doing a cool running pose. And you can see a description. And on the side it says Sonic Flash with the Flash logo. And down here it says collect them all. Back here it also says 22 points of articulation, which is the same amount of articulation as most of the Sonic X DC figures. Well, that's it for the boxing. Let's get down to business and open this baby up, shall we?
Such things as these spots don't approve of him, but gotta trust him. This alliance.
Alright, speeders, I finally got Flash Sonic out of the box. And first impressions of the figure. It's fucking beautiful. It's perfect. I mean, like, come on, look at this guy. I did kind of mess around with his articulation a bit. But first, let's get rid of this trash in the background, shall we? Alright, so let's look at Sonic's head first, shall we? Looking at Sonic's face, as you can see, the paint job on his face is actually very nice. And looking at his eyes, very nice green paint they used. And although there's no like fancy 3D effect like the Jakks Pacific Sonic Movie 3 figures, this figure definitely does have some very nice paint detail and application on his eyes. And something I noticed, his eyes are somehow divided. And not only that, there's some sculpting detail over here. You can see like a little wrinkle on the middle of his forehead right here. And that's actually a pretty nice detail, I like that. I also like the beige they use for his mouth. I mean muzzle, very nice. And they just used a simple black line for his smile. There are yellow lines all over this guy, like not just on his head, on his body too. Taking a closer look at his ears too, you can see those little flash-like symbols on his ears. And I'm gonna be honest, that's really cool. I like that detail. It gives Sonic a fresh new design. And the yellow lines on his quills are very nice. And I'm gonna be honest, dude, his quills are insanely nice looking, and they're also bigger than my dick. But yeah, this figure is really nice. The head sculpting is, the head paint and detail sculpting is actually very good. I also forgot to mention that the red on his head is actually very nice, and it's the same exact red all over the body, so I really like the red this figure uses though. It's like, I don't know, there's something about it I just really like about it. I don't understand what it is, but you know what, I just like it. Now looking at the chest, as you can see the Flash logo over here. And if I'm gonna be honest, I think Flash Sonic has arguably one of the best paint details on the Sonic X DC figure line so far. Like, it's actually really good. And down here, you can see the little belt over here. I think that's what it is. I don't think the Flash actually uses the belt, but it looks like a belt, and I'm pretty sure it is. Now moving on to the arms. As you can see, Sonic's arms still have that same red and that yellow lining, which I really like the yellow lining, man. And I just love I just love this part. That it just looks really cool to me. And the cuffs. I like the yellow cuffs here. If the cuffs were red, well, it would blend in kind of oddly. The gloves, the hands, they don't really have much detail or paint detail. It is nice though. Looks very nice. Looking at the legs, as you can see, this is where the yellow lining actually stands out the most and best. I just really like the yellow lining that like goes over the knees over. The back of his legs doesn't have that much yellow lining, but it's very nice. Not much sculpting detail too. Alright, so moving on to the shoes. As you can see, Sonic shoes at first glance don't really have much sculpting detail or paint detail, but he does have sculpting detail, because if you take a closer look, you can actually see Sonic has some lines at the tip of the shoe and at the back of the shoe. And at the back of the shoes, this is what the lining detail looks like up close. And it actually looks very nice. Although I do wish these lines were more defined. Also forgot to mention, the cuffs over here, or the socks, Sonic socks here, actually look very nice. But they're nothing too special though. And looking at the bottom of the shoes, there's actually some detail, sculpting detail down here. Very nice. And you can even see a peg hole over here where you can attach Sonic onto a set or something like that. Now, since we're done looking at Sonic's painting detail, sculpting detail, and design overall, let's go ahead and look at this bad boy's articulation. Now, starting off with the head, Sonic can do a 360 with ease, and he can look up this much, and you may be thinking he can't look down that much. You would be wrong. He actually looks down really nicely. And he can tilt his head to the left that much. Right, this much, and that's it. Moving on to the torso. Now, the torso can't really articulate up or down that much. But I mean, there's still something there, so it can do that much. But he can do a 360-degree turn like that. And that's it. Moving on to the legs. Sonic can kick his legs out this much, which is very nice. Then he can kick him to the side this much, which isn't much at all, sadly. And of course, Sonic can put his legs back that much. As you can see, there's a thigh swivel right here, which will allow you to twist the thigh 360 degrees just like that. And you can bend his knee well over 90 degrees. It's like around, I don't know, 95. And he can put his foot down, or feet down this much. Put it up that much. Put it to the right that much. And to the left this much. Alright then, so now since we're done looking at Sonic's articulation, let's go ahead and see the type of poses Sonic could do and the poses you probably should do with your Flash Sonic. Starting off with something mandatory, it's Sonic the Hedgehog running. Now, I've been waiting to make this guy run for a long time. Seeing Flash Sonic in such a good pose Yeah, it's just peak, bro. It's just peak. This is absolute peak. And well, if you want to do a running pose with your Sonic figure, you have to, because it's Sonic the Hedgehog. His whole brand is running! Next pose. This next pose is basically something I haven't been able to do with some figures from the Sonic X DC line. Sonic crossing his legs and chilling out. Yeah, this is just Sonic chilling out. And I didn't even realize you could do this with the figure. But yeah, I didn't even expect it to look this good. Next pose. Alright, so for the next pose, well, as you can see, this is the Wally West pose, and well, it only makes sense that I make him do this, because not only is Sonic a speedster, he's in Flash clothing. Next pose. For the final pose, I just thought of whatever this is. I honestly don't know what kind of pose this is, but I'm gonna be honest. I think it's actually kind of tough. But what do you think? I want to know if you guys can make a better pose than me. I'd like to see it happen. Now, since we're done with looking at the poses Sonic can do, let's go ahead and compare him with some other figures, shall we? Now, for the first batch of figures, it's going to be Sonic X DC Green Lantern Silver and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Movie Sonic. Silver and Sonic together is just fucking iconic, man. Come on, look at them. Seeing Flash Sonic with Movie Sonic, it's actually pretty cool. Now, for the next figures, it's going to be the Doom the Dark Ages Doomslayer and the John Wick figure. As you can see, Sonic is way smaller than these two combined. But, well, it's canon. It's canon that Sonic is a shorty. He's a short king. He is small, but powerful. You don't want to mess with him. Now, for the next figures in my collection, Sonic and Godzilla and Mechagodzilla. Now, as you can see, Sonic compared with Mechagodzilla and Mechagodzilla, he's dwarfed. Now, for the final batch of figures, it's Sonic with the T13 action figures. And yes, as you can see, it's our beautiful silver goat, Marcus. These two figures are both 5 inches tall, along with Flash Sonic. And I'm gonna be honest, Sonic actually looks good with them. Scale-wise, not design-wise. But yeah, I think these guys look pretty nice with Sonic. Although a random mashup, that's for sure. Alright guys, that's it for this figure review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, or commenting on this video. And of course, if you do subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell to make sure you never miss an epic Sonic figure review. But that's it for this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you guys in more of my figure reviews in the future. But yeah, that's it folks. I'll see you in the next review. So see you later and have a great day. And peace out.